part 2 of my hops videos. I just wanted to kind of follow up from what I mentioned at the end of the last video about hops being a phytoestrogen. Hops is an extremely strong phytoestrogen. Did some research on PubMed and just found that they isolated the phytoestrogen in it. Has a fancy chemical name, and it's 8 dash something. Anyways, if you look, you'll find it. And it is found to be one of the, if not the strongest phytoestrogen that they know of right now. So I mentioned that men who drink beer should probably avoid taking hops tincture or tea. The reason I say that is because hops is in beer, and men who drink a lot of beer regularly tend to have issues from too much estrogen. The testosterone-estrogen balance gets out of control, and you'll almost always see a pretty large beer belly, they call it, and oftentimes you'll see moobs, man boobs, as well. And that's not to make fun of anyone; it's a real issue for a lot of people. But it's male breast tissue that's growing too much, and that's because estrogen affects their breasts in that way, and their belly tissue. It has an affinity for adipose tissue, which is the fatty tissues of the body. It's what makes a lot of women soft and round, and and so men can get the same way. And you'll see that men who drink a lot of beer, not always, but often, will also be a little more emotional than others. And so I would just avoid it if you do drink a lot of beer, or consider reducing your beer. So having said that, also being a phytoestrogen, doctors often will recommend that women who are suffering from menopausal issues like night sweats and hot flashes and dryness are often recommended to take estrogen. Not always, and always check with your doctor first before taking herbs or medicine. I am not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm giving educational information. But women who have a history of breast or ovarian cancer, or maybe it runs in their family, I would avoid taking hops because of the estrogen. Can aggravate things, could make things worse. Always talk with your doctor, like I said. But for those who are not at risk for those cancers, you want maybe talk with your doctor, see if it's something that you could try, taking a hops tincture before bed and as needed to deal with your menopausal issues. So back before farming went mechanical, often young girls were sent out into the hop fields to pick during the harvest, and they found that a lot of the young girls would start menstruation early because they were exposed to the hops so much, the estrogen effects. And also it's said that it's thought that maybe there was at one time a papal decree that beer was to switch from other bitter herbs and hops, to be made with hops, to reduce the sexual appetites of the monks. Don't know exactly how true that is, but there's a history on hops and beer and why and when that came into play, political and religious reasons, but I won't get into that. So anyhow, again, always check with your doctor before you try anything new. And if you have any questions or comments, please comment below. And I welcome any advice or any stories or anything that you have.